also help in this regard? Because you find representatives that would just come back home, maybe put some kind of borehole and tell you, you know, he's done well, cut the tape and throw a big party because of that. How can the people hold their representatives accountable so that you don't just go, some people go to the floor to take their nap and then just wake up and pack their bags and go back?
Well, I think that's where the issue of economic empowerment comes in. The government should come out with more plans that, you know, roll-out plans that will seem to empower the people. Because if you trace the cause of all this, it's traceable to poverty. Because it's only poor people that, you know, embark on such, you know, exercise that when they see their representative around, they all cluster around him to look for what will fall from the crop that from them. But once government comes up with good policies that, you know, put food on the people's table, you know, people are meaningfully employed, like youths, you know, all these stocks that we are used for, the, you know, campaign purposes, they are engaged actively, and then people see means of livelihood. I don't think anybody will have time, you know, clustering. So I think the best option to do is to come up with, you know, economic blueprint that will empower the people. But my fear on this issue of bipartisan leadership arrangement is that there are some areas that Mr. President has said he has cut out to address, like issue of corruption. Now, if I may ask, assuming Mr. President decided to look at some of the rots that happen to some agencies like NNPC, will the other party muster courage to support Mr. President for a thorough probe, knowing fully well they were still part and parcel of that decay? Assuming now the former Minister of Petroleum is called to, for instance, to let you come and give an account of our steward, will members of the PDP in the National Assembly allow such things to go freely? With that, because these are some of the, there are so many things that have, you know, begin to give concern. Then I'm aware that sometimes party holds caucus meetings where issues how to implement party manifesto comes up. When such things come at the National Assembly, who will form the caucus? Is it going to be a caucus, another caucus among caucus? After the main caucus among the National Assembly leadership, then the APC will hold another caucus meeting. So these are the areas I think with utmost with due respect to, you know, the opposition, that if they must show, you know, that zeal, a patriotic zeal, that they intend to have the interests of Nigeria, I think they will do. But if not, I see it as being as business as usual. But because anything that comes out that will seem to either in that, because what the idea is, why they are doing that, they're also propping up to see how they will take over again. So in such a way, you might see them, you know, making a pull-down syndrome. Pull-down syndrome, a cock in the wheel of progress of this government. I foresee it happening.
No, let me,
excuse me. I don't think.
Yes,
I don't think we should sound that alarmist. Yes, because the doctrine of separation of power is there.
In theory.
No, in practice. I mean, what's the business of the National Assembly in interfering with the job of the executive? The executive will investigate using the police, using the FCC, ICPC, and other agencies. And the judiciary will be the arbiter.
Part of committee, if they decide to set up
the committee. What has got no, the committee is a different. It's a different thing. Even if you have a committee, it does not stop prosecution. But I think what is important now is we're talking about sensitization, creating awareness, mobilizing the people. Look at the chapter 2 of the Constitution, directive principle of state policy, vis-a-vis the manifesto of the political party, and trying to marry both. And let us see how the present administration can take us forward from there. I mean, this has something to do with this. If we're talking about party caucus, it's not saying that it must be APC and PDP caucus. And don't forget that SDP also has a strong.
We're winding down. What would you have to leave, you know, if we don't try to remember anything? What you think Nigerians should have at the back of their minds in terms of these political issues around us?
I think that Nigerians should see this as a new development in the political scene, you know, and that, yes, as a learning process, both the country and the party must know that, look, we cannot lose sight of the change that is out there. I sincerely believe that the president is up to the task, and the Senate president is going to work with him. And our members like our chairman said, this matter is over, kind of. We are going to all work together. We must deliver the dividend.
To make it happen. Okay, Mr. Ono.
I think I told the same line with him. What we should be expecting, yeah, the mistake must have been made by the APC leadership, but I like the way they hurriedly realized that mistake. The national president, chairman of the party has come to say that they must live with the reality on ground. So I now enjoin that the party should go ahead, coming out with blueprint that will reflect the change mantra that was, the bulwark of the campaign.
Strategy, strategy, strategy. In anti-corruption, there's something that El Rufai did that worked. He went for the generals. When he went for the generals...
Are you talking about El Rufai?
El Rufai.
No, talking about the Badu.
No, El Rufai. Yeah. When he was Minister FCT. He went for the generals. By the time he had hit the generals, when he was going to the common man, everybody took off. Okay? In demolition. If the president wants to fight corruption, no matter how genuine it is, once he goes for the jugular of the opposition first, everybody will shout. If there's a way, he can say, EFCC, come out with 1, 2, 3 people that we look at it and we discover that, wow, it is a mix. Whatever goes thereafter, people will accept.
Starting from within.
Yes, starting from within.
All right, thank you.
Secondly, he must embark on a certain project today to buy the confidence of the people. One of the best projects he can do is within a week, he can send a bill to the National Assembly within a month, 30 days, on social housing. That is what is going to affect the man on the street. He must sell himself to the people as man of the people. The politicians will not help him. Those that can help him is the people, and he can achieve that. He already has that, and I have confidence he can achieve that.
Thank you so much for coming on this morning to be on Sunrise. We've been speaking with a communication consultant, Dr. Fase Yusuf, also APC governorship candidate in Delta State, Olurugun Ortega Emeho, and of course a legal practitioner, Mr. Uche Ono, and Mr. Ezekiel Iyatuk, who is a policy analyst. Oh, okay, an architect. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you all for coming, and just stay with us. Sunrise will be back.